Today I'm going to be reviewing my Makita mixing drill. I've been using my Makita mixing drill now for about 3 months, and I've got to say I'm really impressed with it. I've used it for mixing some skim, obviously, because that's my main purpose. And obviously there's bonding and drywall, self-leveler and sand cement that I've been mixing with it. And it hasn't missed a beat, to be fair to it. So I've been using this now pretty constantly, and I can't find anything that I don't like about it now. One of the main things I like is that it's Makita. I've been using Makita now for probably the past 15 to 20 years, and I've got all Makita batteries, and it just makes my life a lot easier, because when you buy this mixer it's body only, so you have to buy batteries, but obviously I've already got batteries, so it works out well for me. So one of the main reasons I wanted this mixer is because it's cordless. I started using a combi drill just for mixing just little bits of plaster a few years ago, and I just love the portability of it. I've been brought up with wired, so I've either been carrying a transformer around with me or a 240 cable, and then I've just always got to find somewhere to get power. And with having a battery mixer, it's just made my life that little bit easier. I can mix anywhere, I don't have to worry about cables getting caught. One of the things that used to happen to me with corded mixers was, it didn't happen very often, but if you were mixing stuff and it went off too quickly, because I've had that with older bags and stuff, basically the mixer can jam and it gets caught in the cable, you snap the cable, and basically you're screwed. But with having a cordless, it's just one extra thing that can't break. So what are the features with the Makita drill? Well, first of all, you've got your trigger. But one thing that I like is that you can actually feather the trigger a little bit. So if you need it to go that little bit slower, you can. Especially when you're mixing and you're doing something wet. You don't want the stuff to go everywhere, so you want to just start it off quite slowly. So you have settings 1 and 2. First setting is the setting that I always use. I don't feel that I need to use the second one because I think it's a bit too fast for what I want to be mixing. I like my stuff to mix in more consistently. But if you're doing heavier quantities of mixing, like doing 2-3 bags, then you probably want to use the faster speed then. But I only really mix at most a bag at a time, maybe a bit more. When I'm mixing, I mix constantly, so because there's only one of me, I like to do a bucket at a time so that I'm in control. Sometimes I will put some skim on a spot, but I like to just do it a bucket at a time most of the time. So you've got 2 speed options just here. So you got number 1, then you turn it and it goes to number 2, which is the slightly faster, but the one that I don't tend to use. So for me, I just stick it on 1. You've got a lock button as well, so when you're actually mixing, you press the button, you can latch it on so you don't have to keep your finger on it all the time. If you do want to get a bit more pressure into the mixer, you can stick it on lock then. So one thing that I do like is this little shield in front of the mixer, because plaster can splash up, and other mixers can as well, so it just protects it that little bit more. I like that as well. Also, with here, the fact that you're protecting your battery as well, I think that's a really nifty idea. Nifty? With the battery compartment here, you're actually covering the battery, which is also going to keep your batteries in better condition as well. And also, it's a bit more safety, because I do throw my mixers around a bit. So if you're right and left-handed, this handle here can actually go, it actually unscrews. I say that, unscrews, and you can put it on the other side. Obviously, I think you put it on, you leave it, and you're done. So I use the MixMate paddle with this mixer. I've done a quick video on the MixMate. I'll put a link in the description, but it's a really good paddle, and it's something that took me a little bit of time to get used to. But once I did, I found it a lot easier, and I do think it mixes the stuff faster. I also think it takes a lot of the strain out of the motor, because I was using it with a combi drill, and my combi drill lasted for years. The one thing that I would say is bad is that you haven't got like a veritable speed, so you can actually control how fast and slow you want it to go. But in all honesty, I don't miss it. I used to have it on a couple of my other mixers, but I like the one speed, and also the fact that you can feather in the trigger so you can actually get it to go faster and slower just with touching it. Anywho, this is a great drill. I would definitely recommend it. I think they retail for about anywhere between $230 and $250, I think, but they're body only. You do get a nice bag with it. The bag is quite neat. I keep all my chargers and my batteries in there. If you're only using it now and then, it's a good way of keeping it safe. That's my review of the MAKITA DUT130. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do like them, please leave a comment or subscribe or like. Right, so I drop videos every Tuesday. Sometimes I might throw an extra video in a week. If you want more content, please like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.